What's up guys, Baxter here. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to profile a Zoroark Break deck for you. Zoroark Break is going to be in the standard format for at least one more year since it was debuted. The Break debuted in Breakthrough, the Breakthrough set. We have Breakthrough for another year. And so Zoroark Break is pretty popular in the meta right now. There are a few cards here that weren't valued that much about a month or two ago, and now they're like ridiculous. But I've been playing this deck for about a week now, and I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. So without further ado, let's get started with Zoroark Break. So to start us off, our main attacker is indeed Zoroark Break, and we are running 4 copies of Zorua. Obviously, 60 HP, it's very low. I love this Dark Fox, though. It has 2 attacks. Moonless Madness. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused. And then for a Dark and a colorless Dark Edge for 30, discard an energy attached to this Pokemon. Honestly, I never use this attack. If I'm in a pinch, I'll use Moonless Madness for confusion. Again, we are running 4 copies of those. So I'll just go ahead and set those down on our buddy Dedenne. Put him right up there. Now, his evolved form. This card is awesome. And you know what? It's actually worth more than the Break version of this Pokemon. But we're running 4 copies of Zoroark Break. Let's take a look at what this card does. So it has 100 HP, which makes it kind of an easy target for one-shot. But the ability is fantastic. Stand-in. Once during your turn before you attack, if this Pokemon is on your bench, you may switch this with your active. Mind Jack, a double colors, 10+. This attack does 30 damage for each of your opponent's benched Pokemon. This attack can be great, it can be bad, because if you run against a deck that doesn't run many bench, you're not hitting for much. But on the flip side, if you're hitting facing a deck that's hitting or has a lot of Pokemon on it, you are hitting for upwards of 150 damage. So 160 with a 10. So there's our Zoroark. We're running 4 copies of those. Now, even though Zoroark proved to be a good... Sorry about that, guys. I bumped the camera. Even though it can be proved to be a good Pokemon to attack with, our main attacker is actually Zoroark Break. And so, for this deck, we actually run 3 copies of Zoroark Break. So, 2, 3... There they are, our 3 copies of Zoroark Break. 140 HP. Here's the attack. Foul play. Choose one of your opponent's active Pokemon's attacks and use it as this attack. For only 1 dark energy, you don't need to have the same amount of energy as your opponent. This counts for GX moves. Now here's the thing, if you steal their GX move, that counts as your GX move for the game. But, holy smokes, that's the attack we use throughout the game, is foul play. So those are our main attackers. Now we do need some draw support. Or actually, not just draw. I'll get to the draw support in a moment. Ideally, we don't want to start off with Zorua. We actually want to start off with either Talonflame with the Gale Wings. You can make it your active if it's in your hand at the beginning of the game. Arrow Blitz for 40 for colorless energy. Search your deck for 2 cards and put them in your hand. Pretty straightforward. And it's going to take a little while to knock out Talonflame with 130. So we'll set him there. Now this guy, though, we're running 1 copy of Drampa GX. Here's why. The GX move, Big Wheel. We can use that and it unlocks more draw support in our trainers. You'll see what I'm talking about when I get there. But we have Berserk, 80 plus 70 if your bench is damaged, and then Righteous Edge, discard a special energy attached to your opponent's Pokemon. Drampa's really in there for Big Wheel, to help us access our deck further. Also, for little draw support, we're running 2 copies of Tapu Lele with the Wander Tag. You guys are familiar with that by now. You bench it, you get to search for a supporter, put it in your hand. Tapu Cure GX for 1 Psychic Energy. You get to heal all damage from 2 of your bench Pokemon. And Energy Drive, double colorless, 20 times the amount of energy attached to both Pokemon. So, we're really just using Tapu Lele again for Wonder Tag. But if we are in a pinch, cool thing about Tapu Lele is that it can actually kind of fend for itself, unlike Shaman EX. Okay, we're almost at the end of our Pokemon lineup, you guys. Running 1 copy of a Rangaroo. Very simple. It's for Instruct. Once during your turn, you may draw until you have 3 cards in your hand. Now, you'll notice I got Pokemon here with abilities. Here's the thing, guys. With the standard format, we are not going to have anything like Hexamaniac that can shut abilities down except for Garbodor from Breakpoint. Now, here's the thing. You might be wondering, why on earth would you want to shut down your own abilities? I'd rather shut mine and my opponents down than none at all. And facing decks like Tapu Koko, we need to shut abilities down. So we run Garbatox and Garbodor from Breakpoint. And if you don't know, that's very straightforward. You attach a tool to this Pokemon, all abilities on all Pokemon in play, in the discard, yada yada, have no effect. So we'll set that there. Okay guys, that's it for our Pokemon lineup. Let me get to the support. So to start things off, we are running, remember, standard format, we no longer are going to have VS Seeker. So I'm running different supporters to help me keep refreshing my hands. 4 copies of Hala. Remember I mentioned Drampaw's Big Wheel GX move? Here's why. Shuffle your hand into your deck. If you have used your GX attack, you get to draw 7 cards. If not, you only draw 4. I want to be able to refresh my hand to 7 cards. This is like Sycamore, but I don't have to discard. I just shuffle it back into my hand. So we use Big Wheel early. We have 4 copies of Hala. We get to access 7 cards each draw. Okay, so we have our Hala. Next up in our draw support, and this guy is going to be standard for another year because of his appearance and I believe Fates Collide. And each player shuffles his or her hand into his or her deck. Then each player draws a card for each of his or her remaining prize cards. Pretty straightforward. Great late game supporter. In case I'm behind, I get to end my opponent and they get less cards in their hand. So, also running 1 copy of Lily. Draw a card until you have 6 cards in your hand. If it's your first turn, you get to actually draw 8 cards instead. Okay. And if we are absolutely in a pinch and we need to get rid of a very disgusting hand, running 1 copy of Professor Sycamore. Discard your hand and draw 7 new ones. So unlike Hollow, where I get to shuffle, I actually have to discard, but that's if we're in a pinch. Almost done with the supporter lineup. We're running 1 copy of Professor Kukui simply because that extra 20 can truly make a difference. It's also a bonus that you get to draw 2 cards. Sorry about the glare there, guys. Let's see if I can fix that. No, not really. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, next up we have 1 copy of Skyla. Search your deck for a trainer card, reveal it, and put it in your hand. Shuffle your deck afterwards. So a few one-off trainers. Ninja Boy. In case we get stuck with Zorua as our starting Pokemon, I can Ninja Boy into Drampaw. I could Ninja Boy into any of the other basics I have. Ideally Drampaw, that way I can use Big Wheel early. Again, to unlock my draw support for Hala. Even though this guy's falling out of standard, I'm going to keep using him until I get a Guzma. Switch one of your opponent's bench Pokemon with his or her active. Okay, guys, and that'll do it for our supporters, okay? So again, I'm running 4 Halas, 2 Ns, 1 Lily, 1 Sycamore, 1 Kukui, 1 Skyla, 1 Ninja Boy, 1 Lysander. And it's not Lysandre. You hear somebody say Lysandre, tell them to go watch the XYZ anime. It's not Lysandre, it's Lysander. Okay. Now to help us seek out our Zoroark breaks, number 1, we're running 3 copies of Ultra Ball, discard 2 cards from your hand, and then draw any Pokemon you wish. Search for it. Okay. 3 copies of Ultra Ball. We'll go ahead and set Ultra Ball down there. Next up, 1 copy of Eva Soda. Yes, because it was reprinted in... Is it going to focus there? Sorry about that, guys. It was reprinted in Generations. Search my deck for a Pokemon that evolves from my current active Pokemon or bench Pokemon. I get to evolve it. So, Zorua to Zoroark, Zoroark to Zoroark Break. In the event I have to discard my Zoruas or Zoroarks or Breaks, 2 copies of Rescue Stretcher. Either put a Pokemon from your discard pile into your hand, or shuffle 3 Pokemon from your discard pile into your deck. Ideally, what I like to do is actually shuffle 3 into my deck and then use Ultra Balls to search them out. Now you saw that the energy cost for these Zoroarks is not very much. Sorry guys, I keep bumping the camera. 1 copy of Professor's Letter. Search your deck for 2 basic energy cards, reveal and put them in your hand. We're using energy for foul play, 1 energy apiece, so it's important that we're able to get the energy out quick. In case we have to discard energy, we're running energy retrieval from Guardian's Rising. Put 2 basic energy cards from your discard pile into your hand. So it's like a medium-sized fisherman or something. Okay? We are running a couple of DCEs, so we're going to run 2 copies of Special Charge, shuffle 2 special energies from your discard pile into your deck. We got to doctor up our Zoroark breaks to be able to hit for high numbers, so we're running 3 copies of Choice Band. The attacks of the Pokemon this card is attached to do 30 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon GX or active EX. Okay, so running 3 copies of those. 3 copies because we have 3 Zoroarks. Or in the event that our bench gets damaged, we can attach it to Drampon, be hitting for big time. Now, forgive me guys, I'm running 2 float stones, but I came across look at my trader binder, and I didn't have a second float stone, so I ordered a few of them. They're coming in, but for now I'm running a proxy on this energy card, but running 2 float stones. Pokemon this card is attached to has no retreat cost. Helps us to get our Garbodor's ability going, as well as if it gets Lysandered or Guzma'd out, it actually can retreat for free. And a little disruption. 2 Field Blowers. Choose up to 2 in any combination of Pokemon tool cards and stadium cards in play, yours and your opponent's, discard them. Get rid of those pesky stadiums like Ether Paradise Conservation Area. Okay, so there's our stadiums, or not our stadiums, our items. We are running two copies of Reverse Valley, adds 10 to the damage output of our Dark Pokemon. And last but not least, our energy lineup. So we're running 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 copies of Dark Energy. Alright, we'll just lay them out there. 2 copies of Psychic Energy in the event that we need to use Tapu Cure. Or for some weird reason, Garbodor needs to go on the offensive. And 2 copies of Double Colorless Energy in case we need to use Mind Jack. It's very helpful for Energy Drive. It can also be used in Berserk. So 2 copies of our Double Color Special Energy. And there you have it, guys. That's my Zoroark Break deck. That is Baxter's rendition. It has a few minor changes, but it's great. I've had a lot of fun. You guys know by now, I absolutely love breaks. I love Pokemon Break. I think it's a great mechanism for the game. Right now, I love Zoroark Break. So anyway, hey, if you loved this video, please comment. Hit that like button. Subscribe for more TCG content. I will probably have a deck profile either later this week or early next week on another Break Pokemon. We also may have our first battle. Actual TCG, not PTCGO, but actual battle up for you guys by the end of this week between Nanelli and myself. So keep an eye out for that. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Really, you guys are so awesome. I love doing these videos for you. So please, spread the word. Tell your peeps, hey, there's a new Pokemon channel on YouTube. Nanelli and Baxter's Pokemon. Follow us on the Instagram. Magical things are happening on this channel. Have an awesome, awesome day.